But one thing you said a minute ago, some of the talent doesn't like it. When The Rock does 25 minutes on a 2-hour program, the talent can like it, or can I help you carry your bag to the trunk of your car, motherfucker, because you're fired. As a booker slash promoter, when you've got not only one of the biggest wrestling stars of all time, but a movie star, and whatever you think of the method of how he's doing it, still, who else on that goddamn program is going to keep us watching and want to watch and want to hear it for 25 minutes besides The Rock? Anybody else on the show? No.
Well, see, there's an issue, though. See, and there's so many different topics here to talk about. Briefly, let's talk about, and then we'll get to what you're talking about with the talent being unhappy. You got to remember, WWE is hot. It was red hot before The Rock reappeared. They just got CM Punk back. Things were already hot before Punk came back. They were selling out. They were getting guys over. New people, LA Knight, for example. The Rock coming back has been good. It's boosted things, but it's not like they weren't already hot and with the ability to get hotter in the WrestleMania season. The Rock has swallowed everything up, for good or for bad. I'm not a big fan of his lame stuff, but his great stuff here, his real heel stuff has been really strong, awesome. But it's gobbled up everything. You don't see as much LA Knight on that show anymore. Logan Paul, I guess we still see every now and then. He's not necessarily full-time, but you don't even see as much Roman Reigns. It's all about The Rock now. So that's a reality. They were hot. It's not like The Rock came and business took off. Business was flying high, and then The Rock reappeared.
But look at it in a longer term than just the build to WrestleMania. And I agree with you. If in 6 months The Rock is still doing 25 minutes on SmackDown almost every week, then they've shot themselves not just in the foot, but in both nuts and the head of their dick.
And he has movies coming up, so he's not going to be doing that.
They're accelerating this to WrestleMania to get to whatever they have figured out is the place they want to go. And then they're going to back up on The Rock, but they're still going to be open for whatever the fuck's going to go on with Rock and Roman, which will extend that. And in the meantime, some of these other people now are going to get the chance to come in and be so fucking entertaining they can take up 20 minutes of the show. But I don't see a problem with Rock taking over the show for 2 months, because it's boosting the numbers to the point where some of those people, the theory would go in the board meetings, I've been in some of them to hear this, some of those people will actually come back and watch even if The Rock is not on the show theoretically.
And it goes into how the other wrestlers on the show need to be booked stronger, because hypothetically this would also bring in new or even old wrestling fans to check out stuff because of The Rock. Whatever they're going to see after that has to be strong. Have these shows been strong other than the Bloodline segments for a while? No, not really.
Well, now which shows? Raw
SmackDown,
or
specifically
SmackDown specifically.
Yeah.
You got a point there. But, well, now, see, they blur in my mind. Where's Orton?
Orton's on SmackDown. He's now in a three-way match with him, Owens, and Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
There you have it. Orton, they've done a tremendous job of reestablishing as, maybe their version of this era Stone Cold, because he's almost unstoppable and he's fucking laying out almost everybody. And that's somebody that they may determine that same era of fan will continue to watch if we draw him back with The Rock. But look, here's Randy. You remember Randy? But I'm just saying things like that.
Do you worry at all about the fact that you're, again, not taking anything away from the level of star he is, and he's in the main event of WrestleMania, and you got to build that up, and it has to be given the time, it has to be done properly. But you're giving all of this time and taking time away from these other guys that need to get over right now to someone that will be leaving soon to do some movies and stuff. Roman Reigns now, as world champion, is part-time. Maybe paid like a full-timer plus.
Yeah.
But he's not on every episode. Was he? Once a month he's on a show? And he doesn't wrestle that often. what is it, like 44 title matches in as many years as champion, just something ridiculous. So then if they do something with him and The Rock, you have two part-timers doing, I mean, it's creating an interesting and
But
weird.
think about this also. The new ownership, the more new people are involved in heavy spots than they've ever been before. Even the Triple H is the I guess combination in some ways of a Dana White and a Joe Silva in the old days of the UFC matchmaking and talent relations and etc. But you're dealing with these people with the other UFC background or the Hollywood background. Conor McGregor might fight in the day, might fight once a year, right? Or the big actors that they represent might do one or two movies a year. This is not the old thinking, well, we got to have everybody every week. They should, well, why can't some of these other people be on every week? We have these stars that we can bring in for these mega events. And if they've got enough regular stars, which they're doing pretty good on right now, better in a while, and they've also got a mega star that can come in for a short run or appearance or whatever, then they've got Logan Paul and they've got goddamn social media people. I don't think they give a fuck. They're going to talk about going forward, not necessarily, how many dates somebody's willing to work, but how much money they can make with them and how much money they want.
But again, WWE, as hot as it's been in forever, and this, and we'll go to an article here that Dave Meltzer wrote. I know you saw it as well.
Oh, boy.
But it goes to the idea that the wrestlers are in a better place mentally than they've been in a very long time, if not ever, with WWE. People were happy. There was a team feeling. And now you have that Vince McMahon kind of dynamic again, where no matter what the head booker, the leader of creative, whatever they come up with, someone above could say, no, we're going to do this instead. And here's an article from Dave Meltzer.
And before you lead into Uncle Dave's take on this, and we'll go over it, that's what the wrestlers think. Has anyone proven that with that the Rock is manipulating behind the scenes in a variety of ways, rather than just pitching, I'll be in the main event at WrestleMania, and them going, okay. Besides that,
he's showing up with his own writer, and he's doing his own material and taking longer than anyone else on the show. Apparently, he's also using language that the network didn't want on the air. He's not on cable. He's on Fox, but let me go to this article.
The point I was making was, anybody got confirmation that Triple H is against any of that? That's what I'm saying. If I was the booker, I would be wanting The Rock to do pretty much what he's doing right now. I didn't care if he brings his little stooge along or takes 25. I'd give him fucking 45 minutes.
If you were the booker, you'd want him to work with you, not to dictate what he's going to do, and you can't control.
Has anybody proven that he's doing that?
I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm saying that
Uncle Dave is.
You just said if you were the booker, you'd just let him do whatever he wants to do. I'm saying you wouldn't want to do that if you were the booker.
I'm talking about, I didn't say I'd let him do whatever he wanted to do. I said I wouldn't have a problem with him doing any of the things you just said. I'd want him to be the guy that I would allow to use a little more strenuous language. I would want him to be the guy that took longer segments on the show. I would want him to bring his own stooges that he feels good with, because if that makes him happy, as long as he does that shit in the ring, I'm happy with it.
Well, here's an article from Dave Meltzer. The title, Update on Double Standard for The Rock Causing Frustration in WWE. There has been talk among talent and outside with some frustration about the double standard involving Dwayne Johnson. But of course there's a double standard involving Dwayne Johnson, given his worldwide star power. Wrestling has always had double and triple standards, depending on one's position. As one person noted, he does what he wants because he's on the board of directors. Nobody is going to say anything to him.
Wait a minute. I do what I want. Respect my authority. It's like he's coming, Uncle Dave goes immediately for the broad brush, and like he's coming in causing chaos and knocking over water coolers, and everybody's huddling in the corner.
He also has an entire team of representatives that he surrounds himself with, so any issues, they handle it, while he stays out of the mess with the people he directly deals with.
Okay, that's tortured syntax. While he stays out of the mess with the people he directly deals with,
He doesn't deliver any of the bad news, and he stays out of any of that stuff, and he has his stooges do it.
Okay, that's not unheard of either. But go ahead.
In Hollywood, it's not. In wrestling, it may be a little bit different.
Actually, in wrestling, is it Vince was doing the same thing?
Vince was the promoter of the company. We're talking about, I guess, well, he's on the board of directors. He's not just talent. That is true.
And here's the thing. Listen here. This guy is a movie star, and he's going out on national television to do shit, and it can't be bad. Or at least if it's bad, it has to fall on his performance rather than, anything else, because he's also impressing or depressing people with his performances in Hollywood that are going to give him movies for tens of millions of dollars. So if he doesn't have time to sit down and shoot the shit with Tozawa and he's fucking concentrating on what he's doing that night on live network television, he may come off but he's got people to fucking help him do this shit. Again,
you won't say a single bad thing about it's incredible.
No, if it was goddamn some fucking schlub that wasn't producing either these performances or these numbers, or with the fucking ability that he's got to open up to Hollywood possibilities for the other fucking guys.
I see how this works. If he had broken down in front of your house, you would be like, oh, here's my funnel. Take my funnel. I see how this works.
I didn't have a funnel.
You would have found one then. You would have found one if it was The Rock.
I can't just shit out a funnel if I don't have a funnel.
Well, let's go back to the article here. But one person noted that there was a feeling that the era of Vince McMahon's double standards for his handpicked stars and for everyone else was over under Paul Levesque. But now Johnson has shown that it's exactly the same.
And here's another way of looking at it. Paul Levesque didn't necessarily have any handpicked stars yet. Vince had a 40-year head start on him in making those handpicked stars. So now he's got some fucking stars to work with, and he's doing a good job with it. But he's going, as with Cody, he's going to let them do as much as they can do to goddamn get over. But not every fucking dickhead.
The timing of this is based on a memo sent just a few weeks ago to all talent from Nick Khan, Paul Levesque, and the Executive Vice President of Talent, Dan Ventrell, which states that this is a PG company, no swearing, and said that includes everything on social media. And then Johnson swears all over his promos on social media every week, and even curses during his television promos on Fox, which has bleeped him out or just gone dark. Johnson, when addressing the Fox going dark and bleeping him over recent weeks, said, here's a quote, "You sound like somebody The Rock can love, drunk and horny. Networks and standards and practices have issues with my language, but I'd rather be real than not. I talk from the heart, shoot from the hip, inject in my butt cheek, and try to always have fun. Enjoy the Rock concert." He then filmed himself giving a car to someone. Johnson later liked the drunken horny line so much he used it in his promo in Memphis.
And by the way, and footnoted Rodney Carrington, because that's a Rodney Carrington line from a concert, because he was doing a concert. And before you continue,
what's the
with
Rodney
this,
Carrington line? Which one?
You're somebody I could love, drunk and horny.
Ah.
That's again, and it goes on. I have a copy of this article, also this missive. Also, all talent has been told never to use the word ass on Fox because they don't want it. And Johnson then said it multiple times in his promo. But for the Memphis show, the WWE notified Fox in advance of Johnson's Rock concert script so they would know when to bleep rather than go dark. Again, of course they're sending out a memo that they're PG because they don't want fucking Otis and Model Girl or, whoever the fuck cussing on Twitter, or they don't want the rank and file, the majority of the company, breaking these rules because they are legitimate rules. And Fox doesn't apparently like the word ass. So they don't want it on TV. But you know how much longer they're doing business with Fox right now? What is it? September that thing's over with, right?
Somewhere in there, September, October, the fall. Yeah.
Okay, so what are they going to do? Fucking cancel them for saying that? At this point, that's the conversation that's going on. But they're smart enough. They're telling all the guys this, and they should, because they don't want some fucking schlub in a second match doing something they shouldn't do.
Well, what they really don't want is some schlub sitting at home complaining about wrestling, writing to the FCC saying they were cursing on broadcast television.
Well, there you go. And if somebody gets that complaint in the SEC or the FCC, and it's, yes, the Ivar the Viking said, suck my fucking dick or whatever on this program, they're going to go, well, we need to check this out. But if somebody said Dwayne The Rock Johnson said ass and horny on Fox Network, they're going to have a harder time pressing that case, right?
And Cody now said asshole on USA Network, which is cable, basic cable, but still, that's a big move for the PG WWE to have him come out there and say that.
Yes, but at the same point, I bet you that USA was told ahead of time, we're going to let one fucking guy on this program say the word asshole, and it's meaningful to our scripting.
Well, the good thing about The Rock is they can give the network a script every week because everything he says is written out.
Well, he did have a few ad libs. The drunken horny was an ad lib.
From Rodney Carrington.
Yes, but at least it wasn't scripted out. But nevertheless, it was an ad lib stolen directly from the source. But nevertheless, they could let Cody say asshole on USA because USA is different than Fox because Fox also has an over-the-air signal and blah, 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 and their standards are whatever the fuck. The point is, they are playing with this, and they are weighing the risk. Do we give a fuck whether Fox is mad at us because we got 5 more months of being Foxy versus The Rock on fucking TV? Over here, they probably told USA, we're going to let this one guy say asshole, don't bleep it because it'll be more impactful, and they appreciated the heads up. And because at this case, they've abused it in all of their programming as well as AEW. Remember when Moxley was fuck every week, but they were just shitting literally all over the program, and that got cracked down on because the network got tired of it. If they do it sparingly where it means something with the top talent, you will find in wrestling, whether from the dawn of television, the top guys, either babyface or heel, can sometimes get away with more with the viewers that might complain or the sponsors that might complain than just every dickhead in the opening match. But anyway, go ahead with the rest of Uncle Dave's, because this is just ridiculous. And now he can't beat up on Punk because Punk's on injured reserve, so now he's going to beat up on The Rock. But go ahead.
Well, you kind of hit on the main things, a couple other things here. It's noted that people like John Cena, Roman Reigns, Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar always had a different standard under McMahon, and the Bloodline group has as well, but that Johnson has taken it further. And that's really everything.
Well, no, hold on here now there, cowboy. There's a couple of exculpatory items here. While the Memphis show did appear, viewing it based on the pacing of the show, that one could come to the conclusion that Rock went long. A lot of qualifiers in there. That actually wasn't the case. His promo segment went 20 minutes. It was planned. And apparently even Uncle Dave confirmed that he only went 30 seconds. He actually went 30 seconds short on what was planned for him to do there. So he's not even being unprofessional. He's not going to bed and just hijacking the show and won't get out of the ring. Send the hook for The Rock. No. This is what they're giving him ahead of time, and he's doing. So special treatment needs to be given to the people drawing the money, whether it's And I'm sorry, whether it's wrestling or baseball or Hollywood or whatever the fuck. And
But it's a little different too when the person's in management.
Well, he could pop the corn too, but let's prioritize. It's
no, he can't. He has one of his handlers do it.
Well, there you go. So his handler can pop his corn. But the point is, the guy is not just a member of the board of directors named Schnooze McGee that nobody would fucking know. He's The Rock and he's valuable on camera. And Uncle Dave goes down here. The talent was told because the company was publicly traded and the wishes of TKO was for WWE to be PG. And he's on the board that if anything, he should be the one following the rules to set the example. You know how this member of the board of directors can set an example to everybody on the roster by going out and drawing fucking money and cutting promos and having a match that hopefully will live up to the great expectations.
He doesn't give a shit about the rest of the roster. It's about him. That's what people need to get around their heads.
I'm not saying that he gives it. I'm saying he's doing the best thing he can do for them, whether he is trying or not, by showing him, here's how you get over, kids. Here's how you be a star. And then if you get to this fucking level, we'll let you say asshole on TV too. That's what I'm saying. Because that's the goal of every wrestler. To be able to say asshole on television. Because all the fucking nerds think it's cool. And that's the problem with why that the networks have to give wrestling companies memos, because they've let every dickhead, especially Tony Khan, with not having full control of what's said on his television show ever. They let too many just goofs do this, either risque or profane. The word's not in the dictionary, to the point where not only doesn't it really mean anything anymore, except to the same group of fucking basement masturbators that go, ooh, he said prick. When it was said sparingly and with some indignance or vehemence or meaning, it could register and you could actually, the people would remember it and you could draw a little money with it. Now it's just fuckity McFuck. Cartman's got Tourette's on goddamn television. So of course they're trying to crack down on it so you can create a dearth of that type of thing. And then when the right people do it, it does register again. Wonderful move. I applaud you.
Who?
You people out there that are trying to stop the wrestlers from having Tourette's syndrome.
All right, well, Captain Tourette's applauds everyone out there. And there's the story. We'll see how this plays out. We'll see if anyone else is allowed to call the audience crackheads or get a few extra minutes on TV. But, Jim, if Dwayne Johnson had facial hair again, he'd probably want to get rid of it in time for WrestleMania so that he matches all the images and all the artwork.
Well, but he's a bald man. He's going to be shaving one end or the other.
But we're only talking about facial hair right now.
Well, no, I mean one end of his face or the other. Either the top of it or the bottom of it.
Well,
right?
You don't, when you're bald and you shave your head,
face.
That's not your face. That's not the other side of your face.
Well, no, it's above your face and your chin is below your face, right?
Well, yes.
Your neck is not on your face, but you shave your neck. So if
some people, Bruce Pritchard doesn't.
Well, it's because it's hard. He keeps losing razors in all those folds. But look, here's the thing: if you measure from your bottom lip down to your neck where you shave, and then you went the same distance from your eyebrows up to the top of your head, well, you'd pretty much be shaving your whole head anyway. So you might as well say that you can shave both sides of your neck and face with the fine products. I've got a bag of them here. They're very well packed.
Did they send you more?
No, I keep them all in the bag. The bag is wonderful. I keep them here. I don't want to use them because then I wouldn't have any. No, this is the sample kit. I'm using my personal products elsewhere. But and I don't mean elsewhere on my body. I mean elsewhere than sitting here.
We're talking about facial hair, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, if we're talking about facial hair, we can only be talking about one company that's named after one person, and that's Harry's.
That's Harry's. And we still have not talked to Harry himself, but we've talked to many Harry representatives, and they all say the same thing, and we agree with it after we have...
What is going on over there? It's just banging and clanging?
I'm opening the box, because when you get a package from Harry's, the fine folks at Harry's that present the best shaving products known, and we're not talking about the nether regions now, folks. We're talking about what you present to the world. You don't just walk down the street showing everybody your nads, but everybody, unfortunately, has to look at you people's faces. So you got to try to keep them neat. And the folks at Harry's have come up with these incredible shaving products. I just unboxed this incredible razor they have with the ergonomic handle. It's engineered especially to be able to hold it so that you don't have hand fatigue while you're trying to get all of those various places under your ear and around your neck and up on your chin, and don't cut your lip. And also, it easily fits the 5-blade German engineered refills that stay sharp longer. And I'm telling you right now that when you combine it with the Harry's foaming shave gel, can you hear me shaking that right here? I won't spray it because then I won't be able to see the copy on the screen. But folks, I'm telling you what, you can make your face slicker than cum on a gold tooth, slicker than whale shit in an ice flow, and slicker than black ice on glass. If indeed you can find black ice on glass, that's a very slick situation you'd find yourself in. But it can remove all the unwanted hair and stubble.
What is happening?
What is happening is it's removing the stubble and the hair and giving you the close shave that you deserve so that people can see your entire face instead of hiding behind what looks like pubic hair glued all over you. And Harry's will make it cheaper for you to do the various things that you do to your face than any place else. You're not going to have to go to the grocery and get a crowbar and pry off one of those fucking alarm systems they have on the razor cartridge refills. They're going to be sent to your home. You don't have to worry about losing this razor because it's also bright orange, so it stands out in a crowd. You're not going to lose this thing. Even if you like to shave out in the backyard, you'll never lose the razor. And this trial set that I mentioned, where you get the razor and you get the 5-blade cartridge and you get the shave gel, is only $3. It's normally $13, but you get it for $3 when you go to Harry's, HARRYS.com/JCE. The $13 trial set for $3, and then you can sign up and they will deliver all of these things and so much more to your door, so you never even have to go out in public except when you've already used these items and you're presentable and look good. And they've also got an extra strength, high quality, amazing smelling deodorant that's only $5. And I'll tell you what, most people out there from my infrequent journeys out in public could spend $5 to make themselves less odorant. So anyway, all these things available and more. Have you used your Harry's products lately, or are you doing the Howard Hughes thing where you just have the beard down to your crotch?
No. I had to do some shaving, some grooming of my face the other day, and I did use the fine products from Harry's, and I appreciate them sending it, and it's wonderful to have it here in my bathroom ready to go when needed, and it can be there for you. All you have to do is yell out, Harry, and it'll be right there with the promo code JCE.
Yes, that's it. The Harrys.com/JCE. If you've got a choice of having either a Harry's trial kit or a defibrillator in your bathroom, Harry's every time.
Defibrillator in your bathroom, Harry's is something to complement the things you're using to keep you alive, not to replace them.
Well, no, but if it's a choice of a defibrillator or a Harry's trial kit, you go with Harry's every time because
No.
9 times out of 10, you're going to need...
Why would that be the choice?
Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to need the razor, and only 1 time out of 10 are you going to need the defibrillator. So just save your money.
But why is this the...
Try to find a defibrillator for $3, motherfucker.
Why would anyone have this choice? Why would anyone be making this choice?
Well,
There's no
if you
reason.
In these uncertain times, people have to cut corners.
It seems like there had to be other corners to cut other than go defibrillator or razor blades.
I mean, maybe the kids need dentures or something.
Dentures for the kids.
Well, not the braces is what I'm trying to. Maybe the kids need braces. So then you're looking at braces or defibrillator or goddamn be able to shave. Well, the kids need to be able to eat. I got to fucking go out in public. So just don't get the defibrillator. Your chances are you're not going to need it.
The chances are none of this will ever be a decision anyone has to make. This is not your choice.
Well,
but
we hope that no one ever has to make this decision. But if you do, then you're prepared.
Thankfully, Harry's is so well priced. It's such a wonderful deal for the listeners. They'll never have to choose how to spend their limited dollars in this sort of bizarre manner.
Have you
in the bathroom, I mind you.
Have you in the bathroom? Have you priced a defibrillator lately?
I have not.
Those things don't come cheap.
How much are they?
Well, they're more than you can afford. So right now, go to harrys.com/JCE for a $3 trial kit of razor and gel and all this stuff. And well, it'll put you in better health where you won't even need any work done on your heart. And besides, you can just get your next door neighbor to come over and stomp on your chest a little bit.
Once again,
either that or have one of the kids stick your finger in a light socket.
Don't do that either, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to worry about any of those issues. All you have to worry about is a nice, clean, kissable face. Make your better half happy.
Yes.
With a nice, clean face. With Harry's. From Harry's.
Yes. That's why I'm telling the people. I'm telling the people to stick with Harry's, where they don't have to worry about their neighbors stomping them on the chest or their kids sticking their finger in a light socket.
You certainly don't have to worry about any of those things with Harry's. How can they get... What's that promo code, Jim? What's that promo code, Jim?
Well, I'm looking. It's harrys.com/JCE.